Good afternoon, Indonesia. Today I will read you the latest and the most trusted news. My name is Todo Moragabe L, and you're watching BBC World News. Coronavirus. Starbucks closes 2,000 Chinese branches. Starbucks has closed half of its outlets in China to protect its staff and support government efforts to contain the coronavirus. The coffee shop chain warned that the rapidly expanding infection is likely to affect its financial performance. Starbucks has almost 4,300 outlets in China, making it the company's largest market outside the US. The number of deaths from the virus has risen to more than 130 and almost 6,000 confirmed infections. Starbucks chief executive Kevin Johnson said the firm was navigating a very dynamic situation. The firm told Wall Street analysts that it had been planning to upgrade its annual profit forecast after a better-than-expected first quarter performance, but decided against changing its projections due to the virus.
The coronavirus is something that everyone in the market is having to navigate. It's a very dynamic situation. It certainly is one that we've been focused on a couple priorities. First is to focus on the health and well-being of our Starbucks partners. And second, then, our relationship with local health officials and the government to help support them as they contain the virus. Now, if you think about it, through Chinese New Year's, we typically have a number of our stores closed anyways. These are stores oftentimes in office buildings where for Chinese New Year's there's nobody's working, so we close those stores anyway. Those stores have been closed. But then if you look at things like the Hubei province, where the city of Wuhan, where this originated, the entire province is really under a lot of restrictions. So all the stores in Hubei province are closed. And then we work, in occasions, landlords or governments might ask us to close certain stores. Perhaps there's stores near hospitals or universities or tourist locations. And so we're being very thoughtful about how we do that. We have closed more than half of our stores at this point, and it's day to day. We work very closely to ensure we're making thoughtful decisions. And for the stores that are open, we're ensuring the safety of our partners and customers. We have masks and sanitizers. But we also, our Starbucks Delivers in China is another vehicle that for the stores that are open are able to service customers. Now, this really is a temporary issue, and we're going to get through it, and we're going to do it. We're going to focus on this in a way that's true to our mission and values, and and we'll navigate past this, and it'll be sort of a temporary issue as we think about the long-term growth opportunity in China. We remain optimistic.
Starbucks opened its first Chinese store in Beijing in January 1999. Chinese sales account for about 10% of Starbucks' global revenue, making the country its most important global growth engine. The move highlights the major challenges facing global corporations from the deadly off-spread virus. Apple boss Tim Cook has said his company is closely monitoring the coronavirus outbreak, which has clouded its forecast for the upcoming quarter. The technology giant has limited travel and reduced store hours in China, while its suppliers' factories remain closed longer than expected. Earlier this week, Facebook became the first big US firm to tell staff to avoid traveling to China. The social media giant said it was acting out of an abundance of cautions. To protect its employees, other global companies have introduced travel restrictions, and car makers are taking their staff out of the country. Toyota said on Wednesday that its production plants in China will stay closed until 9th February. In response to the coronavirus, the Japanese car maker said the closures were in line with transport lockdowns imposed by Chinese authorities and assessors of the companies. Toyota has plants in the northern city of Tianjin and the southern province of Guangdong. Hundreds of foreign nationals have been evacuated from the central Chinese city of Wuhan, the epicenter of the outbreak. Flights have left the city with Japanese and the US citizens, while the European Commission said it would help repatriate European nationals after a request from France. At the same time, companies in China have advised staff to work from home in an attempt to slow the spread of the deadly virus. Businesses are also offering workers longer holidays as well as telling employees returning from the most affected areas to stay away from work. That's all the news for today. My name is Todo Moragabe L, and this is BBC World News signing out. Bye bye.